Good morning, good morning. It is December gosh, I wish I can tell you what's today. It is a Tuesday before Christmas. I think this week is the week of Christmas. I'm dropping in for an update. I've been off work for the last 5 days, just resting and being present and being still. Just needing a break from work, needing some peace, needing to be by myself, with myself, and just dropped in to update you on my situation. So I have some good news. Actually, I have a lot of good news. One, finally, after 3 months of being in the shelter and going through all the things that I had to go through there, which is, just to name a few, there's a 9 o'clock curfew unless you work late. The food there is all canned and processed. So it caused me to swell up all over my body a lot. So I had to figure out how to eat whole organic foods from my car, cook from my car, and just do the best I could. And the environment was just so dark and so toxic. And one of my goals is always to be around people that can make my life better, to be around people that have a mindset of abundance, to be around people that are driven to do things, to move themselves along, or just having a positive mindset. And none of that was there. None of it. And it's understandable. It's a homeless shelter. Some people were upbeat, and some people were upbeat, but the people in my room were not. They were, very dark, very mentally ill, taking lots and lots of psychiatric medications. And the one that really needed psychiatric medications, she didn't have it, and she was just off the chain. And you have to share a bathroom with 3 other ladies. And, I'm thankful for the experience. I'm not complaining, but it's a lot of things that I just had to experience. It was just something for me to experience. I really don't know why I was there. I thought maybe the lady that he put into the room that I was in was the reason I was there. I couldn't tell. I don't know if anything I did impacted anybody there. I tried my best to just pretty much stay. I made my bottom bunk, a shelter in itself, because I wrapped it with towels that the light couldn't shine in when I got off work at night, and wouldn't get up until like 12 or 1 o'clock when it was time for me to go to work the next day. So over time, I kind of just isolated myself from the sensations that were on that campus, like the hearing and the seeing things that, wasn't necessarily positive or uplifting, which is a lot with my roommates and their behaviors in the room. I just kind of put towels up so they won't feel that I'm looking at them while they're trying to be entertaining or trying to seek attention. I just was out of it. They weren't ever in my focus. The noises they would make, I had earbuds that I could listen to, or listen to scripture, or listen to music, or listen to YouTube videos. And then I end up buying some sleep earbuds because the earbuds I had were Jabra and they stick far out of my ear, so I couldn't really sleep with them. So I bought sleep earbuds that's flat that you could toss and turn and be asleep and just have low noise or soft rain or whatever playing through the night, so that you don't hear the people in the shelter having conflict and fighting and all the things that went on there. It was such a dark place. Even the lights in the room were dark. It was like a very soft white light where even the darkness encompassed the light in the room. You had to use an extra light in the room to see, unless it was bright daytime. It was where I needed to be in the time I needed to be. The good news is that I paid off all my debt while I was there for the 3 months, except for my student loan, which is a very, very low interest loan, very low interest loans. I paid off all that, and I prayed to God that He released me from that situation. I didn't want to do it with my own. I didn't want to just jump up and leave. I didn't want to just take it upon myself. So one morning I had court for a ticket that I had because I didn't renew the registration on my car, because at some point I was just so sick that, and I was not working, that I was just focused on getting, fixing my anemia, fixing my health, that I just didn't tap into getting my car registered. I just didn't care to get my car registered because I wasn't working. So the police stopped me and saw my registration was expired, and I had to go to court for it. When I went to court, I still wasn't ready to pay. I wasn't in a place where I could really focus on it. I just asked the judge for more time, and that when I come back, I would have the registration and all the debt and everything. Oh, because I owed the tolls, like $2,000 in the Texas toll, because of being sick and just driving still and getting through COVID and, getting hit left and right with this and that. The house pretty much ate everything that I made in my employment. The house took it all. The house ate everything in repairs and maintenance, taxes, increases in utilities, increases in taxes, increases in HOA, increases in maintenance, increases in the prices to repair AC, increases in the price to purchase and replace a furnace or a water tank, which I had 2 water tanks. So it was just an ongoing juggle and struggle to maintain existing and living in my wonderful, beautiful home. And because of the market change, everybody was trying to sell at once. So there was no resources. I used all my emergency savings and everything I can to keep up. There was no resources to get a new roof. There was no resource, and the insurance is a scam because they won't give you the things you need. They're just there to take your money. So the people who wanted to sell, they were getting all their, they were updating their inside of their house. They were updating the outside of their house. They were getting new roofs, new windows, new this, new that, to compete in order to sell their homes. And I was not fit for that because I had expended everything I had. The house had taken everything I had. The lifestyle I was used to living, yes, I still had a healthy lifestyle, and I didn't go to the gym and work out as much. COVID kind of broke that routine, and it just became rest and work and repeat. So after the collapse of the house and that experience, which I prayed, God, get me out of it any way you see fit. I'm not in a position health-wise to compete and to try to strive and get work to try to fix something or try to compete and try to sell, and at the end, if I would have sold, I would have just broke even. I wouldn't have, the equity was gone, so the lesson I learned from that, nothing is a guarantee in this moving world. Nothing is guaranteed. No equity, nothing in the physical realm is guaranteed. But what I did learn is, as I was able to isolate during the COVID, and a little bit during COVID, and a little bit while I was sick in the middle and the end of COVID, that I could find contentment within myself. I could be content when the exterior or the physical realm is rapidly moving and changing 24 hours. I can go inside the temple that God has placed inside of me, and I could take refuge under God's wing and have peace. Peace to surpass understanding. I can stay there and I can pray, and I can just curl up in a fetal position under his wing and just be at peace. And that's something that he showed me that I could do. And in the end, when the house collapsed, they set everything out, and I allowed the neighbors to take what they wanted, things that they needed, and so on and so forth. And everything was gone off the line, and the house was gone. The relief I felt, the relief I felt when the house was gone, I can't even explain it. It was better than hitting the lottery. I went from exhausting everything I had to try to maintain something that was pulling away. So I had enough food. Only thing I had enough food and transportation to get to work. So I was saying, if I had to do the math, more than 75% of my income was being taken and used towards the house. Now I'm in a Motel 6. I spoke with the manager at the Motel 6, and I explained to him that I will be here for a few months. Is there any discounts or any ways that I could save money on the expense of living in a motel? And he said that come to me every 2 weeks or every week, whichever way you want to pay, and I will manually change all the fees and pricing to match every week or every 2 weeks that you stay. So here I pay $840 every 2 weeks, which is still comparable to rent prices here, except when you get your apartment. Let's say I found an apartment for $1,000 that was 500 square feet, or $1,100 that was 700 square feet, or whatever I found. That is the base. And then you have to tap on all the expenses that the apartment entails, which is, in Texas, you have to pay water, you have to pay sewer, you have to pay trash, you have to pay electricity, you have to pay gas. Sometimes both you have to pay electricity and gas in an apartment. You have to pay for parking if you want a garage, or overhead parking because of hailstorms. You don't want your car to get dented and dinged. You have to pay for that. You have to deal with them knocking on your door, calling you, saying they have to come in and fix something to update the apartment to state requirements. You have people that's cooking food, all kinds of ethnicities cooking different kinds of food. Like, I don't mind the smell of curry or Indian food. I don't mind, but some people have a big problem with that. There's a lot of slamming doors. There's a lot of running over your head. It's a lot of people fussing and complaining about, that's my parking space. You have people talking through the halls, or talking through the halls, or the wherever you're outside your apartment door. You have people that's playing music in the parking lot. You have people that's talking in the parking lot. You have flyers that's being hung and stuck to your door 24/7. You have people knocking at your door. You have children that's, even on my street in the end, it became so many renters on the street that the kids were cursing and Kids playing is fine, but when they're cursing in rap songs and doing ghetto stuff, interrupting and disturbing the peace, that's a different thing. I don't have any of that here at the Motel 6. I don't have any overhead. I just have my set fee to live here. And that would be comparable to, it's better than living in an apartment to me, because I don't have anybody knocking on my door. And when they do knock, they're asking if I need towels, if I need my room cleaned, which is alignment with the lifestyle that I want to live. It's an alignment of where I'm going. I'm going to have people working in the house. I'm going to have people that are going to be asking me